itu tidak akan.
Yes. 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 Ini enggak? Yes.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to summer school on tropical agribusiness for the third day. Fourth day or last day. Yeah, today we will have a speaker from 11 Maret University. Hello, Dr. Widi.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Shall we start?
Yes, of course, Mr.
Yes. Okay, please.
Suhud.
Please start, MC.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Zaki. Hello for everyone. Hello for everyone. Thank you for joining our last day. The agenda will be started around 10 minutes. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. Greeting to all of us. First of all, let us praise and thank to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for the abundance of grace and the joy of us because we can still join here to learn from extraordinary speakers. Let's start this event by saying Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear Mr. Widianto, SP, MP, PhD, as the presenter that will deliver material on aging farmer and the future of agriculture, and all the participants who have been present in this occasion. The themes of this summer school is bring agriculture to the next level. And before starting the events, please let me introduce myself. My name is Siti Muninggar Nurul Farhain as a master of ceremony for this afternoon. And please let me confess our agenda. The first agenda is main agenda and next to assignment, announcement, and closing. And then the attendance will be taken from the assignment. Before starting the first events, I will inform you of the rules in the summer school 2020. All participants can start accessing the Zoom application at 12:30 UTC GMT +7 via the links the participants has received. Participants have to join in the Zoom application 30 minutes before the program started. 2. Please enter the summer school program by renaming yourself and your institution with the format institution name strip full name. 3. All participants are requested to turn on the video during opening until closing session. 4. When the speaker conveys the materials, your microphone in the Zoom application should be deactive or mute, and it will be fully controlled by the host and co-host. 5. During the programs, the participants don't allow to share any files in the Zoom application or share screen. 6. At the question and answer session, if you would like to ask a question, please use the raise hand feature in the Zoom application. Then you can ask the question after the moderator allows it. 7. All participants are expected to participate in the summer school program in an orderly manner until it was finished. 8. If you have any trouble with the network, you can participate through YouTube, Prodi Agribusiness UMY. And reminding the participants of Summer School 2020, in this activity, there will be an award of the active participants. We hope all of the participants can be active. Next, entering the main event as the master of ceremony, I will let this event to the moderators, namely Mr. Zuhud Rezaki. With honor, I give Mr. Zaki to take this event.
Okay, thank you, Master Ceremony, Miss Inggar, for letting me to take the chance as moderator. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, thanks to Allah for His mercies and blessings, so we can come to join this summer school on tropical agribusiness. Today is the last day of the summer school. I think we got so many valuable knowledge from day 1 until day 3, and then today we also will get valuable knowledge from our speaker. Our speaker will be Dr. Widi. He got the PhD from Austria, correct, Doctor?
Yes, correct.
Yes,
University of Innsbruck, yeah.
Innsbruck, yeah. So Dr. Widi also can speak French, yeah, Doctor?
No, Germany.
Germany,
No,
I'm sorry,
yeah,
Germany. Yeah. So,
but a little bit
yeah.
in German.
So he will talk about aging farmers and the future of agriculture. Why we are talking about aging farmers? Because the aging farmers are happening in all around the world, not only in developing countries. In the developed country, also facing same problem, which is the young people are not interested to do agriculture business or maybe agriculture in the field. Maybe currently some young people try to do business related with agriculture, with selling some agricultural products, but they don't want to go to the field, feel hot and then dirty and something like that. So the agriculture practice still remain as the job for those in aging people, those who are old, So if this issue continue to grow and we don't do anything, what will happen with our agriculture? So this kind of issue will be delivered by Dr. Widi. So I think the time I will give to Dr. Widi to present the presentation. Doc, your time is yours, Doc.
Thank you, Mr. Suhud Rezaki. Firstly, I would say thank you to UMY, the Department of Agribusiness, University Muhammadiyah University of Yogyakarta, or Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. Thank you very much for inviting me today. And honestly, it is my pleasure to be with you all of the participants. 75 participants attend to this meeting, and I look at from the name from the UMT University Malaysia Terengganu, right?
Correct.
Yes, and then also UMY Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, and maybe
from India, Doc.
From India also,
Ghana and Nigeria.
Okay, so from Nigeria, from Ghana. I think it will be interesting because during the next 1.5 hours, we will discuss about the aging farmers. It is, I think, the current issue in the global trend right? And then maybe from Ghana or from Nigeria, from Malaysia, from India, maybe the next can discuss with us about the situation and the condition of the aging farmers in your country. Well, today I'm going to share the screen. Okay. Okay, the title is given Mr. Rozaki to me. The title is the Aging Farmers Next Generation Responsibility. And then the main question is who responsible for food? I think like that. So I will start from the first slide about the global concern. I think not only now, but since maybe 17th century or 18th century, Robert Malthus also concerned about how to feed the world. As we know, based on the data from the Population Research Bureau, in 2020 that the global population reached 7.8 billion people. And then in 2050, it is predicted about 10 billion people will need food to eat every day. So it is the hot issue, I think, in the global term, because and how to feeding the people, because every person, yeah, they need to eat every day, right? 3 times a day or 2 times a day or something like that. So, and Mr. Rozaki also has talked to us that who will plant or grow the plant in the field, because so many young people do not like go to the field because it's very hot, dirty, and something like that. Maybe it is also what we are talking about is also about us, because we are still young, right? So we are also studying in the agricultural department. So the question is also for us, I think, and how we engage or involved in the agricultural activities. And there are so many, particularly in the Asia, Africa, the population growth is still high. China is the first and the largest, most populous countries, and my country, Indonesia, is also still in the 4th most populous countries with the great population. In 2020, almost 300 million people need to eat. Yeah. So China, India, United States, India also, we still face the same problem. United States, Indonesia, and Pakistan. So it is the common question on how to feed the world. Yes, there is a to what is called in the right side and the left side. They agree that it is impossible to feed the world, but in the other side, sometimes they are very optimistic that it is not too difficult how to feed the world, because we have a technology. The high technology maybe can solve the problem, but it is still debatable. Okay, right. So I will show you about the global index, food index, yeah, food security index. So if we talk about the affordability, availability, and the quality and safety of food, so we can see here that Singapore is the first country that they more secure than others than other countries. Like in Indonesia, we can look at it. Indonesia is the according to the food security index, Indonesia has still problem about the food security. The food security index only 62.6, so it is posited Indonesia in the 72nd in the global ranking. So Indonesia has still problem with the quality and safety, and also availability, and also in affordability. So from the data, we can say that all of so many countries in the world still has problem on how to feed the citizen. So from this index, so some countries might be face the problem about the how to afford the food, might be also the availability, also might be the quality and the safety. In Indonesia, the lower score is in the quality and safety. The availability is also in the medium score, not in the high or a low score, but in affordability is quite high, but it's also still 70 score in 70. So so many countries still has problem about and how to feed their citizen or their people in the country. So each of the farmers getting older. It is the fact. Yes, each of the farmers is getting older. So so many young people try to go to the city. They don't want to stay in the rural area. And then in the rural area, if a farmer is getting older, we can trace from the data. Yes, from the so many region in the Caribbean, in the Central or South America, in the Asia and Africa. Not only in the Caribbean, Central and South America, Asia or Africa, but in the some high income countries also face the same problem. For example, in the Caribbean, the average of the overall farm population and agricultural holder over the age of 55 more than 30%. In the Caribbean, 44.7%. The population, the agricultural worker often the age of more than 55. And then the Central and South America is also face the same problem. In the Asia also, and the Africa also, they face the same problem about the aging farmers. In the UK, for example, in the European continent, the average of age of the farmer is 59. In Kenya, in Africa, it is 60. And in Japan also, with the highest average age of a farmer, it is 67 years old. So the next, maybe you can talk to us in how the situation in Nigeria, in India, and also in other country, maybe Malaysia. So I think the number is not so far with the number in Indonesia. Also in the US, the average age of the all US farm producer in 2017 was 57.5 years old. So from the data, we can consider that all of countries in the world face the same problem is how we face that the age of the farmer in each country is getting older. This is the problem we face. In Indonesia, we can see, in Indonesia, according to the PPS 2018, we can see that the age of the head of farm household in Indonesia more than over 55 years old, more than 30%, exactly 37%. Yeah, 37%. The age farmers over 55 years old. So it is quite high, I think, 35, and it is similar to another country, like in the table I saw before. 37, the Caribbean 44%, and then the Central and South America 29, and then in Asia the average 28, and then Africa 26, and then Indonesia about 37%. The farmers age of over 55 years. So yes, in Indonesia also face the same problem. Yes. So if we trace back to the history that and also at the moment in the currently that the majority of the population live in urban areas. So what is the relation between the aging farmers and the people who live in the urban areas? Yes, of course, because agriculture is identically with the rural area. So in the first time that so many people live in the rural area and then they conduct agricultural activities, but after they move from rural to the urban area and then they stop cultivating land, and then they work in the industrial. So if we trace back in the Aufklärung era or in the Enlightenment era, the industrial revolution, that so many industry open in the city, and then so many people from the rural area visit the city to get another opportunities of job. So it is reasonable that at the moment, because if we see in the data in, for example, in 2020, for example, the people live in the urban area is more than in the rural area, and 2070, I think more than 70% people live in the urban area, not in the rural area. So it means that so many people leave the land for cultivating crop. So they go to the city and then they work in the industrial, not in the agriculture. So there is so many factors maybe why they move from the rural and the city or the urban area. There is a pull and push factors. Pull factors, yes, in the city, in the urban area, more jobs, maybe higher wages, better living conditions, and then better education and health services, better facilities, and then also less chance of natural disasters. And in the rural area, there is also the push factors. For example, unemployment, lower wages, crop failure, poor living condition, poor health and education services, few facilities, natural disasters, and civil war, maybe, for example. So it is reasonable that the urbanization situation, moving from rural and the city, it is one of the determinant why the aging farmer is in everywhere. So we face the aging farmer in all of the country because they tend to live in the city and then in the rural area. So if we look at this map, that so many countries now in the blue color. So the percentage of urban area, 80% or more. So if you look at from the map, that in some countries, yes, of course, the percentage in the urban area less than 30%, but most of them, they mostly the percentage urban area more than 80% or more than 50%. So another phenomena is so many urban area transform to become the mega cities or large cities. Yeah, mega cities or large cities. So if we look at the red color, so many countries now transform not only in urban or in cities, but they transform to the mega cities. So the transformation from the rural urban to mega cities automatically will reduce the agricultural activities, because we know that in the mega cities it is not possible to grow, to plant apple, to plant maybe grape and something like that. However, in the Netherlands, maybe in the vertical agriculture, we can plant in the city, but it is still rare in the mega cities. They grow in the grow plant. Yeah, but it is possible. For example, if we talk about the urban farming, or maybe we talk about the vertical farming, so it is possible to conduct in the city, but or in the urban area, but it is still rare. Like in Indonesia, so Jakarta or maybe Surabaya or maybe Medan, so they the agricultural activities in the mega cities will be less. Moreover, in Indonesia, maybe the transformation from the field area to the city is very massive. So the agricultural activities will be less if the rural area transform to the urban or even in the mega cities area. Right. So if we look at the urbanization trend, of course, in the high-income countries like in Europe, in the United States, that the urbanization is not so massive at the moment, because it was the urbanization trend happened maybe in the century or 17th century in the industrial era. But in the developed country like Indonesia or the Asia, the urbanization trend is still occur. Yeah, it's still occur. If we look at the curve that in the low and the middle income countries, the trend of the urbanization is still high, and the high income is so slow, yeah, slowly, so steady. So it is not too high, but in the low and middle income countries, it's still increase years per years. So I think it will be problematic for us who living in the developed country or low middle income countries, because the average of the land tenure is also less half hectare in Indonesia, for example, and the aging farmers also occur in the rural area. So we face a serious problem on how to feed the people, on how to cultivate the land and something like that. So that's why, and how to feed the people in our country is also still challenging for us. Well, what is called define the driver behind the aging ever population. Yes, of course, the urbanization trend also influence the aging farmer in the rural area, and then also the driver behind the aging area population. Minimum there are three determinants. First, the desire for modern. It is related to the urbanization and the industrialization in the city. So all of the people tend to go to the city, then stay at home, stay in the rural area. Like in the history in the United States, the massive urbanization also happened in the 17th century. All many people in the rural area go to the city, and then the problem is in the rural area, the development in the rural area is less. So it's the problematic for us. And also I don't know in the student in this participant in this in this meeting, maybe do you like to stay in the rural area or in the city? I don't know exactly, but maybe the city is more interesting than live in the rural area. So the desire for modern, it is problematic, because if we talk about the modernization, sometimes it is not related to the agriculture. Modernization is always associated with the industrial, and sometimes it is not to related to the agriculture. And then the second drivers is city-based careers. So I don't know, you agree or not that become a farmers or a peasant is not honorable, or it is not favorable. I don't know, but you can answer yes or no that become a farmer is not so, what is called, so become a doctor or a farmer. What do you think? Do you want to become a doctor, or become a manager in the company, or become a farmer? It is quite difficult question, I think, to answer. Yeah, but it is the fact that so many young people try to find a job in the urban area because their careers is better in the perception of the young people than become a farmer in the rural area. So the third one is also important: the perception of farming as low income sector. It is I think it is the phenomenon that so many people say, even farmers, they don't want their children to become a farmers. Yeah, if I'm a farmer in Indonesia, maybe I'm a farmer and then I have 5 children, maybe, and then I don't want to talk to my children, go to the field, become a farmer. And then you go to the university in the department of agribusiness or in the agricultural department. But so many parents say that, yes, go to the medical university, go to the technical department, go to the economic department, go to the social and political sciences in the university. And it is the fact that the student who study in the university and they conduct in the agricultural department is decreasing, right? It's decreasing. The interest to enter the agricultural department in Asia, for example, in Indonesia, particularly, is decreasing. So I think it is also influenced by the perception of farming as a low income sector. So it is very difficult for us on how to make sure that become a farmer is honorable, is valuable. It is the challenges for us on how to make sure that becoming a farmer is interesting, becoming a farmer is valuable, becoming a farmer is honorable. So it is our task, our job on how to make sure that all. That's why, in my opinion, that agriculture needs a makeover. So we can try to drive the young people back to the farming. It is our job. It is quite, yes, it is quite difficult job for me as a lecturer in the agricultural department, or maybe for Mr. Sutrozaki, a lecturer in the agribusiness department, how to make farming sexy. That is very difficult, not very difficult, but need more effort on how to make farming sexy, or on how to drive young millennial agripreneurs. So Mr. Zaki also tell us before that maybe they work in the agricultural field, but they become a reseller, they become a trader, but it is no problem. In my opinion, they still work in the agricultural activities, however, in the not in the field, not planting or grow something, but they sell something from agricultural product. It's okay, but they employ the employment in the agricultural. So our challenging, the challenge is on how to make farming sexy and how to drive young millennial agripreneurs. So there is two conditions. The first condition is there is a phenomenon of the aging farmers, and the other ones is there is opportunity on how to drive young millennial agripreneurs. So I think there is a problem, but there is opportunity. So I think, in my opinion, that we have to drive and we have to take the opportunity and how we drive young millennial agripreneurs. So it is the challenge that how to make farming sexy. So we talk about the millennials. I don't know, maybe the student in here, maybe you are also the millennial. You are in the millennial age. How old are you? I think 20 or 21. So if we trace from the group of the baby boomers, Gen X, kemudian millennials, and then Gen Z. So I think at the moment, all of you are in here is still in here, millennials, right? Also, I myself, I was born in 1981. So I am still millennial at the moment. Mr. Rozaki, I think also still millennial. So maybe most of the people in this, and the participant in here also still millennial. So on how to make the millennial, the young people, and how to make the farming sexy, and then so we can back to the rural area, and then we plan, we growing something, we produce food and something like that. So there is two situations that, in my opinion, it is the great opportunity to solve the problem of the aging farmers. So first, we discuss about the millennial behaviors, and then we can link and match about the development of the agriculture, particularly in the agriculture 4.0. So we can see the millennial behaviors: more choices, more selectivity, experiential and exploratory learners, and then flexibility, convenience, personalization, and customization, impatient, practical, result-oriented, multitaskers, digital natives, gamers, and then nomadic communication style, collaboration, intelligent, and balanced life. So, however, less than 50%, the millennial farmers in the world, but millennial farmers has many what is called as many talent that they can practice in agriculture. For example, digital natives. So they are very familiar with digital natives, and we can look the development of the agriculture. So the innovation about the agriculture 4.0 is also talking about the digital farming, about the precision agriculture, about the Internet of Things, about the drone technology, about the hydroponic, about the bioplastics, about everything that it is compatible with the millennial behaviors. So the point is that millennial behaviors has great opportunity to take over the agriculture activities, because we can imagine that the farmers has maybe over 55 years old, maybe they cannot connect with the technology, the Internet of Things. So only the millennial farmers can handle the agricultural 4.0. So it is in my opinion that it is great opportunity on how to drive the millennial agripreneurs to engage, to involve in the agriculture activities, because in my opinion that it is matched between the millennial behaviors and also the development of the technology, agricultural technology, agriculture 4.0, and then also the millennial behaviors. So in my opinion that I am optimistic if the millennial or young agripreneurs engage and involved in agriculture, so the aging farmers problem has solved, and the problem on how to feed the world has been solved by drive the young millennial to become the agripreneurs, because I think the technology can solve everything. Yeah, this can solve everything. We can maybe you in the world, maybe in the some countries who some countries that they has apply the precision agriculture, or maybe the Internet of Things, they can arrange everything easily. And then if we talk about the, for example, the urban agriculture or vertical agriculture, for example, in the Netherlands, the Netherlands only has a small pieces of land, but you know that in the Netherlands they export about 30% the horticulture in the world is imported from the Netherlands, is distributed from Netherlands. So I think the combination between the involvement, the young millennial agripreneurs to the agriculture will solve the problem on how to feed the world. That is my opinion, and I'm very optimistic to this. So if we in Indonesia, in the case of Indonesia, the Minister of Agriculture also always strive on how to millennial involved in the agriculture. So maybe we can see or we can watch some video. Maybe Mr. Zuhud, maybe it can give or can describe on how to millennials in Indonesia on how they try to influence in the agriculture in Indonesia. But I'm so sorry because in the YouTube the language is conducted in Bahasa. I think maybe we can translate it in English, but hopefully that I don't know how the sound is okay, Mr. Zaki.
Oh, we cannot hear the sound yet, Doc. And your
Okay.
presentation still the slide.
Okay.
You
Oh,
need
I'm
to
so
check.
sorry.
Yeah, you need to check include sound in the
Okay,
left
okay.
below
Okay.
when you
Sorry,
share.
okay. Share sound. Yes,
Yeah.
share sounds. Okay, and then we can set on how the profile, the pre-profile about the.
Yes, we can hear and see.
Okay.
Sampai 200 juta per bulan.
Aku bisa lihat bagaimana usaha dan kredibilitas dari anak-anak muda kita. Oleh karena itu saya hari ini makin percaya anak muda yang mau terjun di bidang pertanian, insya Allah bisa mereka punya peluang kehidupan dan ekonomi yang pasti lebih baik. Kalau nggak percaya, tanya ini.
Ya,
Sensor itu maksudnya apa yang disensor?
sensor kalau Bapak dan turun.
Kalau dia naik, ini yang
Ini menyampaikan informasi ke komputer
komputer ya
otomatis langsung.
kali.
Omset kita di atas 100 sampai 200 juta per bulan.
200 juta per bulan
Petani.
Modal juta. Kalau kita semua pemuda yang mau terjun ke pertanian dengan memanfaatkan teknologi yang tersedia, belajar sama mereka yang muda dahulu, maka dunia pun dalam jangkauan kalian. Ayo main petani startup berani milenial. Menteri Pertanian siap mendukung. Mantap. Pertanian itu sesuatu yang pasti. Pertanian kalau dikelola dengan benar, maka dia menjanjikan ekonomi yang tidak goyah. Kalau kita kerja yang lain, tergantung kondisi dan situasi, bisa tiba-tiba naik, bisa turun. Kalau pertanian itu sesuatu yang konstan sebagai bagian dari rahmat Tuhan pada kita. Kalau mau negara bagus, kalau mau provinsi baik, kalau mau kabupaten baik, kalau mau kecamatan ini baik, kalau mau desa ini bagus, perbaiki pertanian.
Kenapa saya tertarik ke bidang pertanian? Seperti yang Bapak bilang tadi, bahwa pertanian itu tidak ada masa usangnya. Oke.
Okay, maybe I will show you one more video. Okay, so I'm stop sharing and then sorry. So I will show you.
Kalau kita lihat makin ke sini makin banyak petani-petani muda yang cukup bangga memberitahukan bahwa profesinya adalah seorang petani. Kalau dulu memang profesi petani itu mungkin dilihat sebagai profesi yang mungkin dipandang sebelah mata ya. Saya rasa kalau sekarang sih paradigmanya itu sudah mulai berubah. Di negara tetangga, negara yang mungkin bukan negara pertanian, banyak anak muda itu mau belajar ke Indonesia untuk mendalami industri pertanian. Hai semua, selamat datang di Villa Duta Farm. Di sini kami membudidayakan pertanian hidroponik, menanam berbagai macam sayuran untuk konsumsi pribadi sendiri, kemudian untuk pemakaian di restoran kami dan juga untuk didistribusikan ke end user langsung. Hidroponik itu awalnya kita mulai sekitar 4 tahun yang lalu, sekitar akhir 2016 kita mulai belajar. Background saya adalah saya sekolah di bidang keuangan, akuntansi. Jadi memang benar-benar tidak ada hubungannya dengan pertanian sama sekali. Jadi dulunya saya sekolah S1 di Malaysia, di Monash University, jurusan akuntansi, kemudian melanjutkan S2 di Australia dengan jurusan keuangan. Tapi rasanya pendidikan, latar belakang pendidikan itu tidak bisa menjadi patokan untuk kedepannya itu kita harus menjadi apa. Jadi lebih ke arah sebagai basic knowledge yang dimana semua pendidikan itu berguna untuk kita. Setelah lulus kuliah, waktu itu saya masih sempat kerja dulu di bidang konsultan keuangan, perpajakan selama 5 tahun. Kemudian awalnya itu diminta oleh ayah untuk membantu usahanya. Saya sendiri juga mau mempunyai usaha sendiri. Jadi kita waktu itu pikir pertanian ini adalah salah satu prospek usaha yang memang tidak akan pernah mati. Kalau ini adalah panel otomatisasi, ibaratnya adalah otaknya kebun. Di sini kita mengatur semuanya. Jadi mulai dari pompa, nutrisi, kipas, nah semua diatur di sini. Ya, jadi seperti konsentrasi pupuk atau konsentrasi nutrisi, pH, nah ini semua dikendalikan di alat yang ini nih. Jadi kalau di sini kita set bahwa ppm untuk nutrisi, kadar nutrisinya kita set sekitar di 950 ppm. Untuk pH airnya kita jaga di pH 6. Kemudian untuk suhu air sekarang ini kondisinya ada di 30 derajat Celcius. Ya, jadi kalau untuk alat untuk temperatur suhu dan humidity kita bacanya kita set kalau misalnya suhu di dalam lebih dari 30,5 derajat maka kipas akan nyala. Jadi semua dikontrol di sini. Ya, jadi di ruangan kecil ini kita melakukan percobaan, uji coba yang lebih modern lagi, di mana pertumbuhan tanaman ini tidak lagi mengandalkan sinar matahari, tapi menggunakan lampu LED, di mana dengan penggunaan tanaman indoor ini, itu kedepannya pertanian dalam ruangan memungkinkan untuk melakukan pertanian di dalam ruangan. Kelebihan dari pertanian indoor farming ini, kita bisa susun ke atas, hasil produksinya itu jadi jauh lebih banyak dibandingkan pertanian yang ada di luar ruangan. Kelebihan lain dari indoor farming ini selain meningkatkan produktivitas dari lahan, itu kita juga lebih mudah untuk memastikan bahwa panen itu selalu konsisten. Jadi karena semua mengandalkan teknologi dan tidak mengandalkan alam, jadi panen itu udah hampir pasti akan mencapai targetnya, tidak akan meleset. Kemudian menggunakan indoor farming ini, kita juga bisa lebih mudah untuk mengatur iklim dibandingkan di luar ruangan. Juga untuk spektrum lampu atau lampu-lampu yang kita pakai ini, kita sedang uji coba beberapa macam lampu, di mana kita dari hasil percobaan ini kita dapat mengetahui bahwa perbedaan spektrum lampu itu bisa menghasilkan kualitas tanaman yang berbeda-beda. Dalam artian misalnya kita menggunakan spektrum jenis A, itu pertumbuhannya lebih cepat, tapi secara rasa mungkin lebih agak sedikit tawar dibandingkan misalnya dengan spektrum B, di mana rasanya itu lebih kuat, tapi pertumbuhan tanamannya itu lebih lambat. Jadi di sini kita mencoba berbagai macam jenis lampu, karena kedepannya kita juga akan mau juga untuk memproduksi tanaman sayuran ini di dalam indoor. Karena ada beberapa jenis tanaman yang kita bisa produksi, tapi membutuhkan iklim yang dingin misalnya. Jadi karena indoor kita bisa menggunakan misalnya AC atau misalnya lebih mudah gitu. Jadi untuk hasil panen sayuran ini sebagian besar kita distribusikan ke restoran kita sendiri. Kemudian ada sebagian kita jual retail atau ke end user yang distribusinya juga di dalam restoran kita. Kemudian kita ada juga supply ke restoran dan hotel. Cuman memang setelah pandemi ini ada pergeseran pola distribusi, yang dimana tadinya awalnya selain untuk konsumsi restoran, kita banyak distribusi ke hotel karena mungkin aktivitas dari hotel itu sendiri berkurang, jadi lebih banyak kita promosikan untuk ke end user. Kalau
English is my second language. As a vlogger, I deal with social media a lot, which is actually fun for me.
Untuk memulai modal itu sebenarnya relatif ya. Jadi maksudnya tergantung bagaimana kita melihat peluangnya. Karena waktu awal mulai kita berhidroponik itu modalnya juga kecil. Dalam arti waktu itu kita beli bahan-bahan bekas. Mulainya dari situ itu nggak sampai 10 juta. Jadi maksudnya masih bisa bertahap ya, karena kita memulai usaha baru kan kita belum tahu pasarnya seperti apa dan bagaimana. Jadi mulai bertahap saja sih kalau menurut saya, saran saya, supaya kita maksudnya bikin besar-besar, kalau belum punya pasarnya nanti takutnya ada kesulitan untuk distribusinya. Ini romaine, nanti kita akan bawa ke restoran kita ya.
So I think that's all, Mr. Suhud. Thank you very much. Maybe we can discuss about what we talked before, and hopefully that the student from Malaysia, from Nigeria, or from India can talk to us about the situation, the agriculture situation in each country. Thank you, Mr. Rosaki.
Thank you, Dr. Widi, for the great presentation about the aging farmers and the future of agriculture. And also he mentioned about how the future generation or us, contribute to this issue. Okay, we will open the question for the discussion. Is there any participant who want to ask? Yeah. First question come from Miss Vicky, from UMY. In your opinion, in Indonesia, are the perception of farming as a low-income sector affected because not yet fully implemented the agriculture 4.0, and they don't even know about it because many of my friends underestimate the agricultural major, even though they are educated people.
Yes, it is. In my opinion, that we still try to transform from the conventional agriculture to the precision agriculture. So, yeah, at the moment we still in process on how to apply the precision agriculture or digital farming or digital agriculture. But at the moment, most of the perception in the society that still saying that yes, agriculture is identical to the poverty, identical to the rural. So we can in the social media or something like in the terminology. In Indonesia, there is a specific terminology, for example, on how to make a stigma about rural area. Rural area is stigmatized by poverty, and then what is backward maybe. Yes, and then also might be less educated person, maybe, and also yes, agriculture in Indonesia, most of the perception in the society, the agriculture career is not so honorable and it's not worthy. That's why so many young people do not stay in the rural area. They don't want to involve in the agriculture. But in my opinion, that if the young generation, the millennial agripreneur start, and I think so many millennial agripreneurs start growing, involving in the agriculture, like the video that we have watched together, that in Indonesia, so many millennials, young generation, that they try to involve in the agricultural activities, and we can look that what they get from the agricultural activities, that they get more money, they get richer, and then so if we look at the profile of the young entrepreneur, young agripreneur, they succeed, and then I think away from this slowly, that the perception of the society about the agricultural activities is related to the poverty and then to the low income will be decreased. And then time by time, I think the perception of the society will change, that the agricultural and then the agricultural activities is quite worthy for us. And then so many young person, student from the agricultural department, they will involve and then engage to the agricultural. Yes, I agree that the problem, one of the problem is the technology. If we have applied the high technology, I think the perception of the society will be changed. Yes, I agree with your opinion, lady. And then, and the second question from Muhammad
UNS.
Ivan. Okay, from
He is
UNS.
your student, Doc? Your
Hello,
student,
Ivan. Oh, you might be my student. Ivan, hello.
Hello, 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 sir.
Hello, Ivan.
Yes,
Okay,
hello.
okay. Mr. Zud Rozaki asked to me that if you are my student or okay. And the question is to this. Okay, want to become farmer. I want to ask how to deal with young people who are ironic toward farmers, but don't want to be involved in the agriculture and addressing the sale and purchase of land on the basis. Finally, looking for how do you respond? Because it's also bad thing for yes, of course. So many young person do not believe that agriculture is worthy for me, for us. Yeah. So we try with the new technology, and then we try by applying the technology 4.0 with the precision agriculture, with digital farming, the drone technology. I think it will change the perception, the change the mindset of the young people that agriculture is not worthy. So we can start, I think, because you are the millennial generation, so you are very familiar to the digital, and then you are familiar to, and you are educated person. So it is not difficult to start growing plant, or maybe you involved in the agricultural activities, or maybe you involved in the what is called the urban farming or the vertical agriculture. And then it is, in my opinion, that it is not difficult for you all, yeah, for us to start in the to involve, engage in the agricultural activities. Okay, and then maybe you can give a feedback if my question, my answer is not so make you satisfy. Okay.
Next from Mr. Julas Win from
Okay.
University Malaysia Terengganu, Dok.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Ivan. He said about young people and then what about parent perception? Yes, it is of course the same problem. The parent perception, because the parent has experienced that they are very the agriculture cannot give in high income for them. So in my opinion, that the parent, they are very poor people, they involved in the agriculture but they poor, and then they don't want to see the children also face the same problem with the parent. That's why the parent saying that, guys, do not follow my step. Just try to find another job, because farming is not so worthy. Farming is not so promisable. So promising. Farming is not so honorable. So don't follow me. Just you go to the university and then you work in the city, not in the rural area. Yes, most of the farmer perception is like that. So in my opinion, that young millennial agripreneurs must be start from themselves, not from the parent. But in my opinion, that if the parent succeed in the agriculture, they will recommend it to their children to involve in the agriculture activities. But if the farmers is not doesn't succeed in the agriculture activities, they don't want to deliver the children engaged in the agriculture. That is reasonable, right? Yeah, and that just makes sense. Then the parent don't want to deliver their children to the agriculture activities, because they in the daily activities, based on their experience, that the agriculture activities is not honorable, is not worthy. So it is reasonable. So in my mind, that we start from the millennial, like you all in here, you start to involve, engage in the agriculture activities by applying the high technology or industry 4.0. I think it will change the perception that agriculture is not worthy. Yes, I think like that.
Okay, doctor, we still have some question. Wait.
From Siti Hajar. From okay,
From
it is
UNS 11
okay.
Maret Tri Mulanasari.
Okay. From this video and the president earlier, in my opinion, from my own perspective, yes, it is not difficult to become a farmer. But the problem is the bargaining power of farmer is very low. Yes, of course. That's why I am, and maybe some of the participant is less interested to become a farmer. The farmer doesn't have much choice. Yes, it is about the policy, I think. Yes, of course. I agree with your opinion. So yeah, it is quite difficult to talk about the policy, about the politics, because politics is, in my opinion, is very abstract thing. So yes, what do you think about the Indonesian policy, for example, in agriculture? Do you have any opinion, maybe the participant? Maybe you can talk to us about your opinion about the Indonesian policy in agriculture. Maybe Maulana Sari, maybe you may talk to us about your opinion about the policy, the agricultural policy in Indonesia. Yeah, well, if we talk about the government policy, maybe I can talk in the new minister of agriculture in Indonesia. Maybe it is very interesting because the government try to drive the young millennial agripreneurs to grow up in Indonesia, and they targeted about 2.5 million people to engage in the agriculture, and then they try to give them the facilitation about the market, about the fund, about the everything. So I think it is the new policy that very interesting and how to drive the young millennial agripreneurs to engage in the agricultural activities. I imagine that if the government concerned about the minister saying that startup, so in the agriculture activities can be also start from the young entrepreneur as in the startup. So the government can give fund to the young entrepreneur who is interested in the agriculture, or maybe give scholarship to the student who want to study in the agricultural department, the university. And then after that, after graduated, and then the government give the facilitation on how in what is called in starting engaging in the agricultural activities. So I think it is a good idea for me if the government give the facilitation from the young generation in the university, so they get the scholarship in the agricultural department, and then after graduation, and then they get the facilitation from the government to get fund, and then maybe not only individual but maybe group, maybe Ivan and then Maulana Sari, or maybe Siti Hajar, and then they together, if they have a planning to involve in the agricultural activities, and then the government can give the facilitation. So I think if the government give the facilitation, give the facility to the young people to involve in the agriculture, I think, and I believe that so many young millennial and agripreneur will be born in our country. So the commitment of the government is very important. See, I agree with you, Tri Maulana Sari, that the commitment of the government on how to give the fund, give the facilitation to young people to be a farmer, it is very important. So yes, in the meeting, I think maybe we can make a policy brief like that, and the student in here try to give suggestion to the government on how to they give the facilitation to young millennial agripreneurs, including you all in here in the agricultural department. You has already in the agricultural department, and then you need to be facilitated by government to become a farmers after graduation. Yes, I agree with you, Maulana Sari. Okay, I think to the next question, Mr. Rosaki from Siti Hajar from UPI Bandung.
Yes.
Okay. So I think I have already answered this question. What kind of policy is the most appropriate for younger generation to be interested? Yeah, I have already answered maybe before. Yes. Okay. Yes, I think I have already answered all of the question, Mr. Sud.
From the chat, there is no other question, Doc. So maybe you can ask directly, or maybe you can talk to the participant.
Actually, I'm very happy if you from Malaysia or from Nigeria or from India talk to us, talk to us about the situation of the agriculture in each country. Maybe it will be interesting for us, so we can make a comparison between the situation of the aging farmer in Indonesia, maybe, or in Malaysia, or in Nigeria, or in India. Maybe it will be interesting, in my opinion, Mr. Suhud. Maybe from UMT, maybe you can talk to us about the situation, the farmer in the Malaysia, or you from Nigeria maybe talk to us about the situation of the aging farmer in the Africa, or maybe from India, maybe you can also talk to us, and then we can learn from other countries about the situation. And maybe the situation is the same with Indonesia, maybe, or what is your opinion about on how to drive the young millennial agripreneurs to become a farmers, maybe? Yeah, just freely talk to us, ladies and gentlemen.
Actually, we do have participant from India, Dr. Iftikar or Dr. Lahimi Gogoi. They usually share their experience.
Hello?
Dr. Iftikar, can you share the experience in India regarding aging farmers, Doc? Hello, Dr. Iftikar.
Hello.
Yes, hello, Doc.
Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How is doing in India? I'm fine.
Okay. In India, hello.
Hello, yeah, we here. Good,
okay.
yeah. Can you tell us about the situation, the aging farmer in India might be similar to Indonesia, or maybe it is different from Indonesia? You can talk us, and we can discuss about the aging farmers in India.
Actually, in India, almost 70% of population, they are related with cultivation, agriculture sector. So there are so many schemes, policy of the government to develop the agriculture sector. And almost I personally feel the villagers who are educated, they are not
interested
with the agriculture. Okay. It is a drawback in our country. So actually, I feel the young people, young generation, we should evoke them to, we should allow them to engage with the agriculture.
Agriculture,
And
yeah.
I feel education, health, and agriculture. These three sectors are equally should be demanded, equally should be valued to develop a country. If we cannot develop in agriculture sector, in education, and in health sector, then a country cannot be a healthy country. So in village area, there are so many hospitals, some sub hospitals like that. There should be some office in the village area also. And there should be some seminars in village areas, how we can develop and how we can apply our technology in case of agriculture. Without technology in this age, we cannot develop the agriculture sector. So I feel this is a global information regarding agriculture, what the problems in India, in Malaysia, in India, Asia. It is already generalized.
Yes,
so it is common problem. So I think if you come to India or if you call us from India to Malaysia and Indonesia, then we can exchange our experience and we should be our mentality should be grow like that. Our mentality should change. Otherwise, it is not possible. I think so.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Iftikhar. I think the keyword is young millennial and then also technology, right?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Iftikhar.
Dr. Widi, we do have one more question from UMT.
Okay. Okay, I would like to ask in general, how can us as normal people can push the government to take action on the low rate of farmer salary? Yet the product sometimes are sold with double price in the first time. It's not fair. Yes, sometimes, yes, it is quite dilemmatic. And how we tend to, in my question, if the price, the agricultural price, agricultural commodity price is high, are you happy or not? If the price of the agricultural commodity is higher, are you happy or are you sad? My question to the student, to the participant. What do you think? Because sometimes we are the consumers of the commodity and the farmers is the producers. So the government in the middle right now on how to make food affordable to the citizen in the city, but sometimes the farmer become a victim because the price will be lower. If the price in the consumer high, and then the producer, the price will be low. But if the price in the producer, in the farmer is high, and then so many people will make a protest because the price of the agricultural commodity is high. So for example, on the commodity, paddy, for example, paddy commodity, maybe the price is stable. But sometimes in the producer, as a farmer, sometimes the cost for cultivating paddy is high, but the price cannot be pushed to the high price because the government policy. Because the policy, the government want to the food is affordable for the city, from the people in the city, in the urban area. Sometimes it is quite dilemmatic on how to make a policy. We have to push the price in the farmer, or we can what is called make a minimum price for the consumers. But it is also dilemmatic because sometimes the farmer is also producer, but in the same time, they are a consumer. So if the commodity, the agricultural commodity is high, so they can afford the food. They can buy the food. For example, paddy. The farmer is the producer, but also in the consumers. So, in my opinion, that the government has to make a decision in the middle on how the price in the producer is still high, but the price in the consumers, in the people living in the urban, is also affordable. They can afford the food. So the policy is very important, and how to the government become what is called in the middle between the farmer and then also the consumer, the producer and the consumer. Because sometimes our government they don't want to make regulation about the price. Sometimes it is quite tricky, because when the farmer the harvesting time, the price is very low, right? But if they want to plant paddy, for example, and then the input price is very high, so it is quite difficult, for the government to take the policy. Moreover, sometimes I agree with the Khairul Khalilah, about the position of the middleman. Why there is so many middlemen in Indonesia? Because there is no policy about the price from the government, and the government cannot absorb all of the commodity from the farmers. So, and the solution is on how to farmer to strong the institution, association of farmer association, so the farmer can have a Birkin, high Birkin, if they want to connect with the consumer or to the company or to the exporter. So the key is how to farmer transform the institution of the farmer, transform to the company. Maybe like in Indonesia, we initiated on how they drive the institution become the corporation, the farmer corporation. It is not yes, it is like difficult, but farmer can build or can make their institution to become corporation. So like the farmer corporation, through the farmer corporation, they will have a position, the Birkin, on how to determine the price. So they can negotiate to the company how much price they have to get, and the government has to become in the middle on how they try to have the price in the farmer level. So in my opinion, it is necessary to farmer to make the association, that the association form is corporations, not like now. At the moment, farmers are in the they what is called the integrated in the kelompok tani, for example, Indonesia. But it is not enough for them to make a bargain to consumer or to the company. But if they build the farmer corporation, I think they will have more bargain to determine price, to buy the input price, to negotiate the price, and so on. So I think the solution is the farmer should be integrated into the corporation, to the farmer corporation, to make their position, their bargaining is higher than before if they integrated in the corporation. I think that's all, Mr. Suhud. I think I have already.
For the Khairul Khalilah also already answered, Doc.
Yes, about the middleman, because the middleman, yeah, I have already answered why the middleman is so many, because the farmer has no bargain, They can determine their price of their product.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they have to integrate it into the corporation. So the per can will be higher, and then they negotiate the price.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. So because the time already passed to 30, so can you give for the closing statement, Doc?
Yes, my closing statement is very simple. That aging farmer, of course, it is the problem. It is the problem. And the question about how to feed the world, it is also the problem. But I'm optimistic that the problem of providing food for the world can be solved. And then also the aging farmer, it will be no problem. But the young millennial agripreneurs must be involved in the agriculture. So there is the millennial behaviors, digital native, and then the development the agriculture, agricultural 4.0. So the combination elaboration between the young millennial and then the agricultural technologies 4.0 can be new opportunity on how to produce agricultural commodity higher, and then on how to feed the world. So I am optimistic if the young millennials interested in the agricultural activities. And the most important thing, the government, because they have a policy, and then the government must be concerned about on how to give the facilitation to young entrepreneurs, young agripreneurs to conduct the agricultural activities. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Widi, for the great presentation. Please give big applause for Dr. Widi. Okay, thank you, Doctor. So actually about the aging farmers become our general issue, yeah, our common issue that all parties need to participate to contribute how to solve this problem, because if there is no solution for this issue, maybe in the future nobody want to do the agriculture. So who will produce the food? We cannot eat the food, so everybody will die. That's the worst situation maybe that nobody want to face. Yeah. So I think that's all from me. Thank you again for Dr. Widi for the time, and then thank you for all participants. After this, I will give back to the Master of Ceremony to give announcement. If I make mistake, I apologize. Bila taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thanks to Mr. Zaki as a moderator. And next, my friends will send the link of assignment. The attendance will be taken from assignment, and the assignment can be filled until tomorrow. Please do first admin to share the link in the WhatsApp group. Okay. Again, the assignment can be filled until tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. UTC+7, so please fill it on time. Next session is announcement for you all about the summer school. To admin 1, please share the PowerPoint. Okay. Okay. This is an announcement from today summer school. Next slide. Yeah, the certificate and transfer credits will send minimum day +7 from today. Next, okay. Certificate eligible for those who have completed all of assignment from day 1 to day 4. Okay, next. Okay, it is awarding time. The first, we will announce favorite participants. The favorite participants goes to Vicky Suhaimi from UMY. Congratulations to Ms. Suhaimi. Please to Ms. Suhaimi, give a short speech for us. Miss Suhaimi, are you there?
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
please
here.
give a short speech for us.
Okay. First of all, thank you for all uh, panitia. I'm very excited with the summer school because the boredom after more than a year of the pandemic, this activity become one of the refreshment because I meet new people and great lecturers. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you to Miss Suhaimi. And then the next for the another favorite participant goes to Muhammad Ivan Rizki. Yeah, from UNS. Congratulations to Mr. Rizki. Please to Mr. Rizki give a short speech for us. Hello, Mr. Rizki. Ivan Rizki. Okay. Tidak. Oh yeah. And then next to the most active participant goes to Muhammad Julazwin from UMT. Congratulations to Mr. Julazwin. Please to Mr. Julazwin give a short speech for us. Hello, Mr. Julazwin.
Hello.
Muhammad Julazwin. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Congratulations, Mr.
Thank you for the award that you give. Thank you for all the participants that contribute to this summer camp. Thank you for the Mr. Widianto. Thank you for the moderator and all for the good information that you give to us. Thank you so much. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, Mr. Julazwin. And then next we have a best participants. So who is she? The best participants goes to one Afifi from UMT. Congratulations to Miss Afifi. Please to Miss Afifi give a short speech for us. Hello, Miss Afifi, are you there? One Afifi, Miss One Afifi. Okay, maybe Miss One Afifi cannot give a speech for us. So yeah, maybe that's all. Thank you. Today is the last day of summer school 2020. 21. Hopefully it can give insight and benefits for all of us. As the master of ceremony, I'm sorry if there are any mistakes. And the last to the participant of summer school 2020, please do the today assignment. Also, thank you for your participation and see you at the summer school next year. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much for all participants. Thank you very much for all speakers. Yeah, for all those who contribute to the summer school. Thank you very much. See you on next year summer school. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you all.
I will end the meeting.